Is a video essay a documentary? It is worthwhile to ask this question when considering how we define documentaries. The term documentary comes from the word document, as they were initially intended to be a form of record keeping through audiovisual means, though now they are better understood as a way to present a filmmaker's ideas through these means that have a basis in reality. Video essays, on the other hand, also seek to document and present ideas through audiovisual means that have a basis in reality. So, what's the difference? I would spend hours passively watching video essays on YouTube while I wrote assignments or drew, and my mom would always refer to them as documentaries. I'd hear her say things like, "Katie was watching a documentary about this, and it said that." But I would correct her, "No, it's not a documentary, it's a video essay." My mom, having grown up without the internet, doesn't have the same understanding of internet culture and trends, so she used the filmic language that she was used to. She saw me watching something with an educational tone that used archival sources and imagery to make arguments and explain concepts, and she equated these tropes to documentaries. Video essays come in all shapes and sizes and vary widely from one another. Many range from 5 to 20 minutes to encapsulate the equivalent of a 4 to 15 page essay. Others can reach several hours in length and equate to a dissertation's amount of writing. Some videos are mistakenly branded as video essays, such as retrospectives, criticisms, and cultural commentaries. Many of these are categorized as explainer videos, an evolution of the educational or informational films of old that may have been shown in school classrooms. All of these can foray into video essay territory if they elaborate upon ideas or expand their modes of research. I define the documentary filmmaking mode very basically as a form of audiovisual entertainment that presents story information in such a way that general audiences will perceive it as being a factual account. The word story is doing considerable heavy lifting in this definition of documentaries as something separate from video essays, as this is the real difference between the two. Documentaries are typically used as a means of storytelling, uncovering and depicting something through filmmaking that can give audiences a deeper look into or a more informed overview of a subject. They can use means such as interviews and direct access to subjects and experts to tell a more rounded and impactful story. Essay films, which are a documentary subgenre, take a more subjective stance on a theme or topic and often use poetic editing to draw connections between the film's subject and the filmmaker's surroundings. These films are often self-reflexive, less academic than video essays, and broader in their topic selections. One can argue that video essays also uncover and depict topics by giving audiences a deeper look into or an overview of a subject. However, their aim is typically more in the realm of academia or else passive entertainment. One does not typically put on a documentary and then start doing the dishes, drawing, going on your phone, or playing video games the way people often do with video essays. The latter are seen as more passive viewing experiences, as they tend to focus more on audio than visuals. One does not necessarily need to watch a video essay to understand its main points, as they are intended more so to be an essay spoken aloud with audio-visual accompaniments like clips and images to punctuate or exemplify points within the argument. But some video essays break these rules and expectations. For example, Defunctland's feature-length video, Disney Channel's theme, A History Mystery, leans more into tropes one might typically find in a documentary. He conducts interviews, frames the story as a narrative, and gets direct access to the people closely related to the subject at hand, seeking to credit the unsung creator of an iconic piece of music. As well, Now You See It's essay, Dave Chappelle, more than a comedian, uses the language of essay films to piece together several disparate clips of Chappelle and his peers talking about Dave's worldview and comedic stylings with no narration from the essayist, encouraging the viewer to reach their own conclusions when seeing and hearing these clips compiled. Examples like these two would incline me to call some video essays documentaries, or at least documentary shorts, but why should only some be given this distinction? Who is to say that the videos I have previously categorized as essays couldn't be shown in a movie theater and termed documentaries by other people? While my mom mistakenly calls video essays documentaries, the genres share more in common with one another than differences. The obvious differences include runtimes and typical modes of address, with video essays tending to run shorter, though some reach up to and beyond feature lengths, and that they typically feature more face time with the documentarian, a less professional but more academic tone, and ad reads partway through. Whether a video essay counts as a documentary is difficult to conclude, especially when, more often than not, these notions are based on personal opinions. Some scientific and historical explainer video essays have as much scholarly merit as the documentary shorts one might encounter in a classroom. Feature-length deep dives into a film's rocky production may have as much entertainment value as a behind-the-scenes documentary of the set. While video essays and documentaries have different modes of production and venues for audiences to watch, there is considerably more cross-pollination between the two than one might initially expect.